Now in my last pumpkin update, I'd harvested the first pumpkin of the season, but many other pumpkins in the patch were now just getting started.
So we got another new pumpkin, kind of tucked up in here right now.
I was putting a plate underneath this pumpkin so that the wet ground underneath would not cause it to rot.
Nice. So I'm out in the pumpkin patch. This one, who was a little tiny feller before, is starting to grow. The rest of the patch is doing well. So this sort of died, but... So what's interesting is that these leaves right here are distinct.
Now I had planted multiple different breeds of pumpkins, so there were many unique types of leaves that I was seeing across the patch.
But what we have here is a chonker.
Damn, son.
It hasn't even begun to get orange, and it is hefty.
After seeing those pumpkins, I was away for about a week, then returned to check back on them, hoping that all was well.
Firstly, this one over here has been growing. Like, it's a very wide pumpkin. Feels solid. You want them to feel solid. This one's doing well. It's just beginning to get a little bit of orange, so I think it's gonna be a while before we pick it. Then this one, I love this one. Look at that beautiful orange color. I don't want it to get nibbled like the other one. I think the squirrels can start to smell that it's yummy at this point, you know what I mean? This one's gonna be massive. This one, I know this one's gonna be massive. It's already just as thick as the other one, and it's long. This is already larger than any pumpkin I've had in my patch thus far. But I think I'm gonna pick this one quite soon.
The next day.
So I think I'm just gonna pick this one today, before it gets nibbled. That is a little bumpkin, but it is gorgeous. That's the grassy side. Fits perfectly in your hand.
I'd harvested my second pumpkin of the season. It was smaller, yet very shapely and wonderfully hued.
I love it.
It also had quite the interesting underside to it.
Damn, boy, he's thick!
Here's some cool footage of a bit of heat lightning that I saw later that evening.
Oh.
Back at the patch the next day, I made some interesting discoveries.
This vine dies about halfway through and then restarts right there. So browsing around my pumpkin patch, I found 2 secret pumpkins hidden in the freaking bushes. 2 secret bumpkins.
These hidden pumpkins were some of the more impressive specimens in my patch.
I can't believe this. I just didn't even see these at all. And they're just chilling.
I admired the hidden pumpkins some more the next evening.
And I just love how these aesthetic pumpkins grew in the shade here.
I then went to check back on my biggest pumpkin.
It's gotten very orange very fast. And there's a little wolf spider. Hello. It's a great hue of orange. I love this color.
Beautiful.
I don't think there are any other... Oh! Another new little bumpkin. You can barely see it. There we go. That's a little feller.
I also checked on one of the smaller ones.
Still isn't fully orange. There's a new tiny little baby over here.
This one was nearing harvest. It had matured to reach its final stage of growth much faster than I had anticipated. It was now time to pick.
This one doesn't really have much of a stem. It's a good bumpkin. It's probably the biggest one that I have.
My largest pumpkin was now harvested, and I put it safely inside with my collection, which I'll show you in a minute.
This vine, even though it got a bit uprooted, has just sort of leaned over.
Now, a storm had injured one potential vine.
I don't know, I guess we'll see.
I was outside later that night and came across quite the critter.
This is a massive wolf spider. That thing is huge! That's like, oh my, what the fuck? Hello, spooky fella. Alright, well, okay, yep.
The next morning, after admiring the wolf spider, it was really raining as I checked in on the patch.
I'm out here in the bumpkin patch right now. This little fella's doing well. Things have really stabilized in the patch. You can't really see the rain that well, but flash flood warning and everything.
The weather had improved the following day as I observed my patch.
I'd say this fella's certainly ready to be picked. There's a little bit of squishiness to this one that I really don't like. Ooh, that's a little bit of a squisher. That's not ideal, okay.
With another pumpkin harvested and added to my collection, I then saw a friendly little bug.
She's a runner, she's a track star. The time has come. The hidden, forbidden bumpkins.
At this point, it was only the hidden pumpkins left in the patch. All the little ones that looked like they might grow had not really bloomed.
Yeah, boy. That's a hell of a bumpkin. That's a hell of a bumpkin. Oh no! I dropped it, but it's okay. Ooh. This one's got a bit of a nibble to it.
Now, one of these pumpkins had been nibbled a bit, so it would be an outside pumpkin and not part of the perfect final collection.
This other one's perfect, even though I just dropped it. Two little bumpkin brothers. Love it. Love it. I think that concludes the harvest.
But now with the 2 hidden pumpkins harvested, that was it for the patch. I gathered all the pumpkins I had harvested and admired the final take.
Hello, doggy.
I had learned a lot on this journey. Thanks for going on it with me. If you want to see more, go follow my Instagram. The link is in the description. I'll be doing more updates about all sorts of stuff. With this bountiful harvest, the season was done. I hope you all have a great day and a very special and spooky Halloween. I'll see you soon.
You can barely see it. There we go. That's a little feller.